Hey, it's me again, Angel here with Mastiff Home Buyers. Um, first week in April, yay! And it's nice outside, except for it's windy. So I know that I'm not going to talk much about how the wind has sort of destroyed property and trees and whatnot in the last week, but it seems that it just keeps going and going. So, hopefully, if you're a property owner, you didn't have any or too much damage to your property last week when it was so super windy. Um, we ourselves have a ton of tree branches to pick up. Uh, and I see all over the city when we're driving around people out picking up those branches and or whole trees. Some have had some whole trees knocked over. Hopefully, they didn't do damage to the house. So, we may talk more about that later. But today, we're going to talk about uh, your mortgage and what to do if your mortgage is underwater. So, I do have a blog out there, actually, a couple related to not having any equity in the house, your mortgage being underwater. Kind of the same line of thinking and topic. And what do you do if your mortgage is underwater and you need to sell? So, um, I was actually in this position back in 2006. So, I guess I really didn't understand it then, what was going on. But, I had bought a house, bought it top of the market. The economy declined, and my house was now worth less than I owed. So I was actually in a negative equity situation. So my mortgage was underwater. Well, at the time, I just kept paying it. And, eventually, if you just keep paying it and you have time on your side, you're able to come out from under that. So that's not a great place to be because, as you know, we want our homes to always increase. In equity and increase in value. Um, at least that's the goal. But we want them to appreciate, is the word that I was looking for. Appreciate in value, not depreciate and become less valuable. So if you have time and you wait it out, it's really not a big deal because, well, it's annoying, but it's not a terrible deal financially because you just keep paying, and then as you pay your principal down, that will make your equity more and more, and you'll get closer to where you need to be. So, also, when the economy turns around and houses start appreciating again, then you can make up for some of that loss at that time. So what happens though when, we can assume that it's all just peachy for people who are going to stay in their homes and they're good, they don't need to move, nothing going to change that. So they just keep paying and things will even out for them down the road. However, many people get in positions where they're forced to move. So whatever the situation, nobody that buys a house really ever expects to get a divorce and to be in a position where you have to decide what to do with the house. And that's one situation that you could be in. You could be going through a divorce and have your mortgage be underwater because you just bought the house. And you haven't had time yet for it to appreciate and for you to pay down that principal, especially in the market last couple of years. I know a lot of people were overpaying or offering more than the asking price, and that could cause them to go into the situation with, some negative equity. Um, right from the get-go. So if your mortgage is underwater because you're getting a divorce and things have changed now, what do you do? Other circumstances, that may occur, maybe you lost your job after you um, bought the house, and now you don't have the same income that you had before, and you're having trouble making your payments, but your mortgage is underwater. So how do you sell it? Because you have to pay the real estate commissions out of your equity. You need to be able to cover that because you don't have the money to come to the table. What if you had a disaster that your insurance didn't cover? I once had water in my basement, and it was from the sump pump not working correctly, and water got in there and got on some of the sheetrock, and the insurance company was like, we don't cover that, we don't cover water damage. So don't assume that your insurance is going to cover, anything that goes wrong with your home. You should probably check with your agent and talk to them about, what your policy does and does not cover, and don't ever assume anything. So if you need some uh, insurance agent referrals, I can certainly connect you with some who will do a fabulous job of explaining to you what it is that you're purchasing and what's in the policy, and offer you what you need. Other things, that situations that might occur, is maybe you didn't lose your job, maybe you got transferred and you're getting a raise, but you have to move, and still you have this house, and you want to buy another house where you're going, and your mortgage is underwater. Again, because you just bought it, or maybe you just refinanced and you haven't had an opportunity to let it grow beyond that. So, what are some options? Some options may be one, always contact your lender. Check with your lender and see if they have any options available to you, anything that they can do to help you. They may have some loan modifications or products or things that they can do that will assist you in the short term. Um, and so they're always the best place to start, and for sure let them know what's going on, so that things don't get marked on your credit. Now, of course, letting them know is not always going to keep them from submitting things to the credit bureau, but it is worth a shot. Communication is always the best way to handle things. So, another really obvious thing, to do is to sell the property. I said a minute ago that, if you don't have the equity in it to be able to pay a real estate agent, the fees are going to be anywhere from 3 to 6%. When you're selling. So some of that's negotiable. It's not a hard and fast rule, but you can negotiate some of that. And I also know some real estate agents who do things a little bit differently. So if you would like some referrals there, please let me know, and I would be happy to connect you. So you can sell your house. You can list it. You can list it with a real estate agent. Find one that will, do it for really what you can afford. You can also put it out there for sale by owner. Everyone who's shopping for a house, the first thing that they do is they go and jump on Zillow. I mean, that's where we all go. We don't really go to a real estate agent first. We go to Zillow because that's where all the houses are. Um, Other realtor.com, Trulia, all of those. I think Zillow just seems to be the most popular one. But you can jump on Zillow and search for houses, and see what houses are going for in your neighborhood. So people do get on Zillow, and so if you list your house on Zillow, people will definitely find it. when they're searching and it meets, criteria. So, if you need help with that, I'm also willing to maybe step you through how to go about doing that. If you would like, feel free to reach out. We're always here to help. Um, help property owners in any way that we certainly can. So, if you are needing to really move quickly and don't have the time, don't want to list with an agent, don't want a for sale by owner, don't want to deal with it, need to move quicker than maybe those things can move, then give us a call and see if your property is one that meets our criteria in which we could purchase it from you, uh, and get you moving on your way, because that's what we do. We are here to ultimately solve problems, and it does become a problem when your mortgage is underwater. But if we can understand the circumstances and what's going on, how much underwater, those kinds of things, there might be some things that we can bring to the table, some options for you to consider, and that we can move forward with helping you, assisting you to be able to move on to your next house, or wherever it is that you're heading, new job, new location. So we do offer consultation. Just we're here to answer questions and help people. Um, get where you need to go. So if you have questions, if we don't know the answers, we will try to connect you to people who do. So, think of us as not just home buyers, but consultants as well, so that we can, help you figure out what your options are and maybe give you some guidance on where to go to get the things that you need. So, maybe you do have some minor repairs that need to be made before you can sell the property, and you don't know how or can't make those repairs yourself. Let us help you with that as well. We can often make small repairs on houses and help you get it ready to put on the market if that's what you're going to do. But uh, everything that all of our consultation is free of charge. We do low cost repairs, and can come out and try to stay within your budget to get repairs made if that's something that you need. And we do look at everybody's situation, uniquely, and try to help you with what it is that you need, because not everybody's problem is the same. So you might have five people who have a mortgage that's underwater, and how we solve their problem, it might is probably going to be in five different ways, because they're all going to have unique needs and differences, of the things that are impacting their situation. So hopefully, you're not in this situation, but we know that it happens to the best of us. No judgment here. We've been there. I've been there personally. It doesn't feel good, and sometimes it's hard to reach out for help. It's not in our nature to really look for help, because I think we're taught to do things on our own and be tough and strong. But sometimes we don't have the information or knowledge that we need to do the things that we need to do. And if we had the right information and knowledge, then we could do it. But so don't feel like you're on your own, as we are here to help, and will help in any way if we can. So if you want to reach out to us, my email is angel@mastiffhomebuyers.com. Uh, my phone number is 816-535-0076. And our website is down in the ticker at www.mastiffhomebuyers.net. You can go out on our website and find other blogs and things if you're interested in learning more. You can learn more about us. You can fill out our form and we'll reach out to you within 24 hours if possible and get connected with you and see if we can help. So I look forward to being here and chatting with you again. And hopefully, this has been helpful. And until next time, I hope that you enjoy the weather and we don't have any more big, huge storms. Talk to you later. Bye.